Let's be real. Starting over from absolute zero feels, well, it feels impossible. Like you're standing at the bottom of a huge mountain with no climbing gear. But what if the very first step had nothing to do with money at all? What if you could actually change your entire financial future in the next 24 hours? Well, that's exactly the plan we're about to break down.
You know, this isn't just about money, is it? It's a feeling, a physical weight. That knot in your stomach when you think about your bank balance, that dread of answering the phone. It's absolutely paralyzing. And that's the key right there. The problem might feel financial, but the first move out of this trap, it's all in your head.
So that's the real question, isn't it? When you are truly at rock bottom, and every piece of advice out there seems to require money you just don't have, what can you actually do? I mean, where do you even start?
It starts tonight. Seriously. Forget all that generic, long-term advice for a second. We are talking about a concrete, step-by-step battle plan. These are the exact moves you can make to grab the steering wheel back before this day is over.
Okay, first things first. We need a complete mental reset. Society has this way of making you feel like being broke is some kind of moral failing, like you're just bad with money. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. We're going to reframe this for what it really is, a math problem. That's it. Not a character flaw.
This right here, this might be the most important separation you will ever make in your life. Your self-worth is permanent. It's who you are. It has nothing to do with a number in a bank account. Your net worth, that's just a temporary number on a screen. It can change, and it will change. It is not you.
And this is the enemy. This is the habit that keeps people stuck. Financial avoidance. It feels safer to just not look, right? To hope that some miracle is just going to happen and fix everything. But listen, in finance, there are no miracles. There's only math. And the first step to changing the equation is to actually look at it.
So, here is your first mission, and it's happening tonight. No excuses. Find a quiet spot, take a deep breath, and it's time to face the numbers. Open every single envelope, log into every single account, and write down the one single total number. You can't chart a course to a new destination until you know exactly where you are on the map.
And you know what? Here's the reward for being that brave. The monster that's been living in your head is always scarier than the one on a piece of paper. Once you write it down, it's not some nameless horror anymore. It's just a number. It's a math problem. And you know what? Problems have solutions. The fear starts to fade and clarity takes its place.
Okay, you've diagnosed the problem. You've faced the number. Now you have to stop the bleeding. This next phase is all about immediate, ruthless action to make sure this situation does not get one single penny worse. Now, the main source of the bleeding often comes from something called the ego tax. What is that? It's all the money you spend on the fancy car, the daily premium coffee, the brand name stuff, not because you need it, but to project an image of wealth. You're literally paying for an illusion, and the cost is your freedom.
So tomorrow morning, you become a surgeon. Every single non-essential subscription, gone. All spending at restaurants, on delivery, on fancy coffee, it stops. Cold. And the big things, the liabilities like that huge car payment dragging you down like an anchor, they have to go. This isn't about what things look like anymore. This is about survival.
Now, a crucial warning. When you start doing this, people are going to notice. Your friends might call you cheap or say you're being too serious. You have to understand what's happening. Your new discipline is like a mirror, and it's reflecting their own lack of control right back at them. This temporary social isolation, it's not a punishment. It is proof that you are on the right track.
All right, you've stopped the bleeding, you're on defense. Now, it's time to go on offense. But if you don't have any money, what's your weapon? You have the single most valuable, most powerful asset on planet Earth, your time. This is the great equalizer. A billionaire and a person at absolute zero both get the exact same 24 hours deposited into their account every single day, no exceptions. When money isn't your currency, time is. So, start looking at your day like this, a portfolio. 8 hours for sleep, non-negotiable. 8 hours for your survival job. That leaves 8 hours. And it is inside this final third of your day that your entire financial future will be built. This is your opportunity.
We're going to zoom in on just 4 of those hours. I want you to start thinking of the time between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. not as downtime, but as your rescue fund. This block of time needs to be protected, like aggressively protected from cheap distractions, scrolling social media, binging TV. This is your seed capital now.
So what do you do with that protected time?
This is the final and most important phase. This is where you convert those hours into leverage. This is how you transform yourself from a replaceable cog in the machine into an irreplaceable specialist.
Just look at the two paths on this slide. A replaceable laborer trades their time for money and the market tells them what that hour is worth. But a specialist, they sell a solution to a painful problem. They don't ask the market what they're worth, they tell the market. That's the power we're building towards.
And you get there by developing a micro skill. Now, we're not talking about getting another 4-year degree. No way. We're talking about finding a very specific, high-demand skill, a certain type of coding, a specialized trade that solves a really expensive problem for other people.
And here is the plan. It's a 6-month sprint. You pick one skill, just one. You dedicate those 4 protected hours every single evening to mastering it, using the free University of the Internet. Now here's the critical rule. You have to expect 0 income from this for a while. You're not earning money yet. You are building your value in silence.
And then, one day, you finally earned that first $1,000 from your new skill. And I'm telling you, that money feels completely different. That's not a wage somebody gave you for your time. That is capital that you created out of nothing but focus and discipline. It is proof that you can generate value from your own mind.
But right here, this is the final, most dangerous trap of all, lifestyle creep. The second you start earning more, the urge to spend more is going to be massive. You have to fight it. You must continue to live like you are broke. Every new dollar you earn isn't for spending. It's fuel to reinvest in yourself and build that financial snowball.
And that leaves us with this one final thought. Look, a market can crash, a job can disappear, money can be lost in an instant. But the skills, the irreplaceable skills you built in those 4 hours of silence, night after night, in the dark, that is an asset that can never, ever be taken from you. And that is real freedom.